Hey, 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 Heather Hughes here, LinkedIn Lady Boss. And today is the final lesson in the 5W2S content strategy. So what is this content strategy that I've been talking about for the last, I believe, 6 weeks? It is very simply just a way to help you show up on social media, specifically LinkedIn, but really any social media platform of your choice that you choose to grow your business consistently and confidently with amazing content. So it's the content to be consistent and confident. And basically, I have 54 questions to ask yourself when stuck with what to write when it comes to social media. So for the past 6 weeks, I've gone over the 5 W's and one of the S's, and today we're going to cover the last S. So what are the 5 W's, you may be asking? Very simple, just remember, just like when we learned in English class, it's the who, what, where, when, and why of your business. But there's questions within each of those to ask yourself to kind of jog your memory and start brainstorming a little bit. Then we went into the share. The first S was share. Share something through another person. You know, maybe someone shared some great content and it was really relevant and you wanted to put that out there for your network. I did this, I think it was actually a week ago on Sunday. I shared one of Gary Vee's posts on a Sunday. And it was really just off the cuff, but I thought, okay, this was actually a great, very simple post. But I shared it anyway, and it actually was very well received in my network, in my audience. And, it's just like, hey, be open to other people sharing their stuff and great things may happen. I got a lot of eyeballs on my profile then. So it's been really fun going over these because one thing I realize is you don't need to post as often as you may think when the content is really good. So it does take consistent action. And then you'll notice, okay, I don't need to post necessarily every day, but I notice that I get just as much engagement if I have a better, higher quality post as opposed to just pushing content just for the sake of pushing content. So I definitely want to urge you to evaluate what you are posting, and if ask yourself that question, is it giving value, and does it make sense for me to be sharing this today, or am I just wanting to get a post out? Because if that's the case, think twice about it and maybe save that energy for a better written post that might get a little bit more eyeballs on your profile and your content. So going right into the last section, sell. We want, we all are here in one way or another. We want to sell our business and we want to show that we have value, but how do you do that without sounding like spammy Sammy, right? We don't want to be a salesy person. We don't want to spam people, but how do you do it? So there are ways that you can do it and just continue to provide value. But at the end of the day, a lot of people may say, well, what exactly is it that you do? So you do need to actually, every now and then, you need to actually ask for the sale. So there's 5 points here that I have when it comes to selling your business, no matter what it is, how you can do this in a non-spammy, salesy way. The first is share an article about your products or your services. So maybe you do something that you can write, maybe a lot of people don't understand why you might need something, and it's a great opportunity for you to write an article. You don't get as many eyeballs on articles as you do on posts. However, they're weighted higher. So it's good for the algorithm. And they're like a portfolio piece. They're always on your profile. Unlike posts, they get buried and they're really hard to find. Articles are much easier to find. So consider that a couple articles a month, maybe two a month. If you have a business page, articles are a great place to send your article to the company LinkedIn profile. Share an ebook. So if you take the time to write some tips out, compile them into an ebook and share that. It's a great give back to your community. And yes, at the end of the day, maybe it's a free thing, you're collecting emails, and then at the end you talk about the services that you have. share about an event that you may be speaking at or attending, why you're attending and why it's important. So even though that might be covered in one of the W's, it's another great opportunity for you to say why you're doing it and sell yourself. Talk about an upcoming webinar. On once a month, I do a webinar and I talk about that definitely inside some of my content once, especially when I'm pushing that last week. I probably push that in my content a little bit more often than I do the rest of the month. So, and that's a great way to do that. Obviously, not every post should be that. For every 7 posts that you have, 1 should be about selling your business or service. And lastly, share when you're going to be visiting a particular city and encourage people to book time with you. So maybe you set aside a morning at a coffee shop and you want to do some get-togethers or whatever. It's a great opportunity for you to meet your audience when you're traveling, and shows people that you really care about not just the transaction, but getting to know them on a personal level. So that's it for the 5W2S content strategy. I really enjoyed this. Doing content is definitely something I know people struggle with. And let's face it, there are days that we don't want to show up, and you still have to get over it. So what are you going to talk about? Just make sure that you commit to a schedule and you stick to it. Doesn't need to be every day, but if you commit to 3 days a week, make sure you're posting 3 days a week. Because once you miss 1 day, it can easily become 2 days. Great book by James Clear, I think it's Clear, Atomic Habits. He talks about how if you fall off the train, so to say, make sure there's not 2 days in a row that chain is broken, and you get back out there and you make sure you show up the next day, or never wait until Monday. What you can start today, instead of, like that diet you want to start, I'll get back on Monday. No, do it today, do it right now. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until Monday. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you enjoyed that. I look forward to sharing amazing more LinkedIn strategies to help you grow your business and connect you with the resources to help bring it all together. That's really what my focus is as the LinkedIn Lady Boss, but I'm really more the resource connector for entrepreneurs to help them grow their business. So next Monday, May 8th will be my next webinar all about content. I look forward to seeing you all there. I will have the link and post as we get closer to make sure you get registered and get the information so you can show up and be live. I will post the replay in the group here. It will be a link to the actual video because Facebook does not like me to put attachments for whatever reason anymore. So I do have an amazing guide, and if you are watching this and you stayed to the end, I have not made it look pretty. I don't have an opt-in form, but I have the 54 questions that I went over the last 6 weeks, plus the 2 S's. So it's 54 questions to ask yourself to come up with creative content consistently and confidently, plus the 2 S's, and it's everything that I covered over the last 6 weeks. If you'd like a copy, just drop me a comment in below or send me a private message and I'll shoot it off to you. Have an amazing day. We'll talk to y'all soon. Take care.